Hi everyone, I'm Miss Noel and I'm with Palm Beach County 4-H. And today we're gonna make rockets at home. I know what you're thinking, rockets? That's a little intense. How do we have all the materials to do rockets? Well, let me show you. So we have some basic materials that we have in the office that I'm sure you have some form of at home, and we're gonna use this to not just build rockets, but actually launch some rockets. So all you need is something to write with, a pair of scissors, mine are a little fancy, but you can use any kind you want, masking tape, 1/2-inch PVC pipe, paper, you can use construction paper or cardstock, something a little thicker. Since we are launching, we'd like to have some safety eyewear. If you have goggles, great. If you have glasses or something, just something to protect your eyes since we will be launching. And you'll also need some duct tape and a soda bottle. So what we've done to start is we've created our launcher. So I'm sure that's the first question you thought. How are we going to launch a rocket without any sort of fuel source, right? So what we're actually going to use is energy and air. So how is air going to launch a rocket? Well, we've built this launch pad, and we'll be using the force of our foot, so Stomp, which is why we call it Stomp Rockets, to force air through our PVC pipe up through our launching pad, and then upward and outward will our rockets go. It's a lot of fun. It's pretty simple to make. We just need to make sure that our ends are capped off so that all of our stomp force and air goes directly through our pipe. We don't want anything escaping out the sides, or we're not going to have the same amount of force from the air. Also, make sure that your bottle is secured tightly at the end with duct tape. Duct tape works the best to kind of make sure it sticks even though you're stepping on it and launching your rocket. Okay, and these bottles are actually great. They're recyclable, you're reusing an item, and you can use it over and over again to launch multiple times. Okay? This is why we wear eye protection. Don't hit ourselves in the face with the launch pad. All right, so how do we make our rocket? The first thing we're gonna do is create our fuselage. So the fuselage is the body portion of our rocket, okay? So we're gonna use our 1/2-inch PVC pipe, and it is the exact same thickness as our launch pad. And this will make sure that our rockets will fit on the launch pad without any excess air escaping. So you're gonna take your paper and long ways, you're gonna roll it up against your PVC pipe. You don't want it too tight, but you don't want it too loose. And you're just gonna use a little piece or multiple pieces of masking tape to secure the ends. Now don't tape over the PVC pipe because you're gonna wanna slide your fuselage off of this. This is just a guide, so we make sure that it fits the right way. Okay, we'll do one last little piece here. And ta-da, we have our fuselage, okay? Nice and firm, nice and secure. That's gonna be the base for our rocket. Next, we're gonna build a nose cone. So a nose cone is what's gonna go on top of our rocket. And most importantly, it's gonna help seal our rocket so all of the air isn't gonna escape out of the rocket. It's gonna use it to propel it upward and outward, okay? So all you need is a piece of paper. You're gonna draw a circle. So I like to use my masking tape just as an outline. Since you already have it handy, make your circle and cut it out. The next thing you're gonna do is gonna cut a single line directly into the center. So you almost have like a Pac-Man type shape. Now you're gonna curve the circle around until it makes this nice coned pattern. And this is your nose cone, okay? And you can adjust the size of your nose cone any way you want. If this is too big, maybe you wanna make it a little tighter. All you need to do is pull through and tighten up that nose cone, okay? And then once you've got it to the size and position of your liking, just another quick piece of tape. Oops. Helps if the tape is flat. And to secure our nose cone, okay? Then we're going to attach it, but we want to make sure that no air can escape again So we're gonna sort of contort our nose cone just a little so none of the air escapes out. We have maximum power behind our stomp and our air to launch our rocket. Last but not least, we're gonna make some wings for our rocket. Now you can make these any way you want. I'm gonna show you a couple different types. So you can just take any spare pieces of paper. So this is just extra from where I cut out my nose cone. And I'm gonna cut 2 equal triangles. And I like to fold the base end so you have a little flap. And I'm gonna use that to secure my wings to my fuselage. Okay, so there's one wing. I like to give it another one on the other side, just because I know there's going to be some pretty good acceleration. So there's one. I'm going to do the same thing with my other. And you can add any kind of nose cone or any kind of wings that you want, any shape, any style, any number. And you're just going to secure it to the fuselage the same way I'm securing mine. Now, one of the best parts about this is we don't really know how far, how high, how long this rocket's going to fly. So we're going to take it outside, we're going to test it, give it a launch, and then see what happens. And then maybe I decide after seeing it that maybe I want it to go a little further, or I want to go a little higher. I can come back and redesign my rocket. Again, we're just using paper and tape, and then try and change up either my nose cone or my wings or something a little different to see if that will impact or change the flight path or the trajectory of our rocket. So let's go outside, let's take a look, and we'll see what happens. And then we'll come back and maybe we'll try and redesign our rocket. So I was pretty happy with how my rocket performed, but I do think there's some room for improvement. So for the sake of time, I have a couple different designs I had in mind ready to go. So I've got this one, higher pointed nose cone, little sturdier, we'll see what that does. And then I made more square wings. So we're gonna try that next and see what that does. I also made this one with some smaller wings. Maybe the wings are a little too heavy. Maybe that's holding it back. So that's what I want to test with this one. And then with our last nose cone, very similar, nice firm nose cone, but I added 4 wings and I also gave them a little snip in the middle. Maybe that will help catch the wind, help harness that force, and will propel even further. So let's go outside and let's see what these guys do. Now, wasn't that fun? So what did you think was going to happen? Did you expect these rockets to fly the way they did? I'm not sure that I expected the results that we got. What did you expect to happen? Let us know. Create your own rocket. How could you improve these designs? What would you change? Would you use different materials, different number of wings, different shapes? Send us a picture of your rocket. We'd love to see you do some launching of your own. And we'd love to hear more about your rocket and how you enjoyed this activity. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next time.